On tonight's episode, we review The Boys Season 2, Utopia, and Lucifer.
Yeah, I finally catch up with some really good streaming shows.
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about other pop culture news.
So much. Okay, where to start?
If you think you are old, Curb Your Enthusiasm is 20 years today. So when I read, I was like, 20 years? Well, Seinfeld is 20 years. No. Curb Your Enthusiasm is 20 years. Seinfeld must be, 40 now? I can't.
30. Close, yeah, I'm like 30.
30 something. Yeah, so for 20 years, Larry David has been the delight. He is talking to people.
Is delight the right word?
Yeah. Hey, you! Yeah, they're working on a new season, right?
Yeah, that's what I'd heard. Jeff Garlin mentioned something rumor-like in passing that looked like a new season.
Yeah.
So.
And there's this thing at HBO. There's a board with all their shows, with all the schedule, and for Cub, they have a note that as long as Larry, it's game they're gonna make. So it doesn't seem like they're never gonna stop. Which it's a good thing. Like Seinfeld is timeless. They could go forever. Jerry chose to stop at 9.
Which was wise.
Larry,
I think.
It's about him, so why stop? He's making money being him.
Yeah. But he's also smart. Like, I feel like because they're not churning out like season after season, he stops when he doesn't have anything to write, and then when there's something good, they do a season, which I think is a fun way to do a show. Anywho, all right, that's 20.
We gotta talk about series.
Yeah.
What?
Well, it's a newer series that we've been watching.
Yes, I mean, only one is new.
Yeah, it's a newer.
Yeah. Oh, newer
newer.
Yeah.
Your enthusiasm, yeah.
So.
Anyway.
Yeah, this week we catch up with some of our favorite shows, and let's talk about it.
Okay.
Let's start with the oldest, from the oldest to the youngest.
Okay, so would that be Lucifer?
Lucifer.
Yeah. So this isn't the full season of Lucifer.
Yeah, no, the Netflix is split this season of Lucifer in 2 parts.
Yeah.
Of 8 episodes, which is good because give us 16 episodes instead of the 10 episodes we had last season.
Is this season 5?
Season 5.
Okay. Cool.
But the show is already renewed for season 6.
Yes.
And who knows, with good writers, you have 7, 8. It's
Yeah.
Lucifer is one of the top. Sorry, I keep interrupting.
No, you're good.
It's one of the top shows on Netflix.
Yeah.
And it on the charts is Lucifer and Cobra Kai.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Lucifer makes sense to me. Cobra Kai, I never saw it coming. I think I've said that like 17 times. Never saw it coming. Totally deserves to be there. Anyway, Lucifer with this season, I so far so good, I think.
Yeah, it is really good. Mm-hmm. The episode, the black and white episode, I don't know, maybe it was because I was tired and sleepy. For me, it was kind of like, but every other episode was really good. Yeah.
No, you're right. The black and white episode, for the most part, felt like a filler, but it did actually set up a really important story arc, character development, everything else for Mazikeen.
Yeah, it did, but even that was like super secondary. It was a little bit in the beginning, a little bit in the end, and then
that's true.
And then he playing Grandpa from Princess Bride. To Trixie, telling, let me tell you a story about a Lord of the Ring. Yeah. But besides that, everything has been really, really good. There was a spoiler alert. There was a surprise, not surprise, with what's her name, Allah. Ala's boyfriend. That again, she falls for the bad guy.
This poor girl. Yeah, it was completely predictable, but it was still just so sad to watch. So Ella finally goes for a good guy, right? This sweet journalist who's like super nerdy and just loves everything about her and everything she does and gives her a key to his apartment. And obviously he turned out to be the serial killer.
Yeah. Completely psycho.
Yeah.
And that was like the end of the first part with like two episode arc.
There you go.
But the character popped up like a couple episodes before.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's weird when you watch a show for a little bit, when someone new shows up and is not important for the plot for the episode, and keeps popping up, I was like, oh, this person might be important for a bigger plot, and boom, the guy was part of the plot.
Yeah. There were other clues too. He was way too excited about those photographs of the murder victims.
It's kind of hard. I mean, it's not hard, but when someone comes to become a regular, you can tell when someone comes to become a regular and when someone pops up to be part of the plot. And that guy was like, oh.
Yeah, I didn't see him being regular. So, okay, so that's like on the crime side, the secondary character side. On the whole divine theology Holy Family side.
Oh yeah, I not seen doubles. There's two of them.
Yeah, so we have Michael. I was surprised at how quickly though they wrapped that up. So Michael is Lucifer's twin brother. He shows up, he's pretending to be Lucifer, but within like 2 episodes everyone's like, no, you are clearly not Lucifer. So they figure it out, they catch him. He has a conflict, he and Lucifer have a bit of a tiff that ends with Lucifer giving him a huge scar across his face. So almost right away, they catch him and then they make it so that he can't pretend to be Lucifer anymore. So the whole mistaken identity thing is taken off the table, but it sets up this big rivalry and this very sinister plot that's kind of like underlying everything else happening through the season. And I don't know that we're really sure what Michael wants anymore.
They kind of revenge. That kind of messes up the relationship between Lucifer and the detective. But they finally fix things up. They finally get together, and she says, "I love him, I love you" to him. And when he's about to say, the heavens opens.
Yes.
And we see God.
Yeah. Or as Lucifer would say, "Oh my dad."
Yeah, and let us just say that, with that God, we are in good hands.
Yes. You're a funny man.
Yes,
the world is in good hands.
The great David Haysbert is the voice of, what's the insurance company called? Allstate. Also, David Palmer on 24. Yes. He's great on 24.
And now God.
He is God.
And Lucifer.
Yes, and he pops up as I was expecting that he would just say enough, and he does.
He does, yeah. Menendez and Lucifer and Michael are just like going at it.
So the kids, children.
Yes.
Yeah.
And poor Mazikeen is in there too a little bit, just desperate for Lucifer to like remember that she's a person who matters. But,
so that's how the part 1 of the season ends with.
Yeah.
The fighting and God showing up and saying, "Children, I hate when you fight," and so we'll see when the next part comes out how this gonna conclude.
Yeah, we shall see. So overall, super pleased with what we've got so far.
Yeah.
Do we know when the rest is coming?
No. Soon.
Well, that's disappointing.
No. Anyways, it's October, Halloween. Go watch Lucifer. It's very appropriate for the month.
Quite. Okay, we switching over to Amazon.
Yeah.
We finally finished season 2 of The Boys.
The Boys.
Oh my goodness.
It only gets better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It only gets better. It's like that universe expands. We know more about the
Compound V and Vought and the origins of all of it.
And the whole gamma of characters that was like, we knew a little bit about 1 and 2, and now we know all about a lot of them, including really old characters. Like Stormfront is actually a really old character, and she's a Nazi.
A soup Nazi.
It goes back to World War II.
Yeah.
And so, for once we know about her character. Which is a big plot twist of the season. It is
that Stormfront was actually Liberty, who was actually a Nazi. So the origins of Compound V and the Supers and Vought, the company, are, like, all of that has its origins with Nazis and eugenics and all the rest.
Yeah.
Which just makes it even creepier. So they've taken like the grossness and the evil of these people to new depths. It started out like in season 1, it started out like, okay, they're just like selfish, arrogant, wealthy, in it for the money, and then it just got worse and worse and worse, and now they've sunk about as Nazis. That's about as low as you can go.
And the politics of it, the use of media of it's like, even though they do all sorts of bad stuff, they control the media in a way that even the fact that the is exposed, the fact that the soups are made, they are not born, and they twist that in the media and Vought is like, oh, we didn't know that, it's like they have a Nazi working for them, oh, we didn't know that. So it's very interesting.
It is it's interesting to watch. It's good. It's just a compelling story, but they've also done a good job of like making a show that uses a lot of contemporary themes without being super topical or preachy.
Oh yeah, and they poke fun on down of justice all the time.
Oh yeah,
this real superheroes, they make movies, which just makes no sense.
Yeah.
And the movies go Dawn of the Seven, and the logo is basically the logo of Batman vs Superman, and pretty fun. And they also have a crazy Scientology type of church.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
And a plucky young senator who turns out to be a super psycho evil super, which I did not see coming at all.
And me too. It was a big surprise.
Yeah. And that's like the last 30 seconds of the season that we find out, like, wait, that was her.
Yeah.
And then it's over and now we have to wait. So
it was a
kudos to them for a pretty fantastic twist /
Let's see.
cliffhanger.
Yeah, let's see next season what will be the Green New Deal. Get it. Yeah,
okay.
But it was a happy ending for some of the characters. No, Milk go back home finally.
Yes.
Frenchie and Kimiko go dance.
Yes.
Homelander seems to be happy in the top of the world.
Is he happy on the top of the world, or is he at the top of the world, like...
He's having a happy ending.
About to... Oh, gross. Because I was not happy. I was, like, manic.
I don't know. I still think the last shot, if you watch it, the cut is kind of... It's... Yeah, I still think he finished it and they decided to, no, that's too much.
Oh, yeah. But I'm saying, like, he himself, I don't think... That was not the action of a happy man.
Oh yeah.
That is a manic.
I think was the
on
actor.
On the verge of a really dangerous.
I think was the actor said something about next season. He read the script and he said about Homelander there was like a complete, absolutely psycho killer, something like that. Yeah, so
it gets worse.
Yeah, or it gets better. Yeah, so yeah, Butcher lost his wife at the end, but he managed to save her son. You know, at the end, she asked him, "You have to train the boy."
Yes, it was a very Qui-Gon to Obi-Wan moment. Yeah. But then he hands the boy over to the CIA.
Oh, to be safe.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. And the government and the boys and CIA starting a task force to take care of soup business and affairs, you know.
Yeah, but who's at the head of the task force?
Who is it?
It's the senator.
Oh, that's right. But we didn't know the senator was bad until
the
very end.
No, and that's why that's part of why it's such a great cliffhanger.
She's a senator? She's a congressman, isn't she?
Was she?
She's a congressman, yeah. At the end, we can see her district. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, she's a congressman.
Either way.
And just like, you know, the congressman.
I wasn't sure how little they would be about that.
XEY. Or like she said.
AOC.
Yeah, I know. But someone called her AOC these days and she said, "It's Congressman attention for you." Anyways. Okay, so anything else for the boys? No, it's
I don't think so.
It's good. I thought it was even better than the first one.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree. We moved on to like bigger, better things driving the plot.
And what's his bucket? The kid, skinny boy.
Huey.
Huey, is happy with his Supergirl. Shining Star. What's her name?
Starlight.
Is
it Starlight?
Yeah. Yeah. They both got together and happy. And
for now.
Yeah.
This is the boys. It's not gonna last. Everything's dark and twisted.
No, I think the constant there is that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Butcher cannot be happy. Milk is always trying to get home. Yeah, that's a good point. But the two since the beginning they are, you know, only getting closer and stronger. So unless he dies, which can always happen all the time, since you know he already lost a girlfriend because someone ran through her. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, fun stuff. And speaking of fun stuff, let's go to Utopia.
Utopia.
Boy.
Not Dinotopia. Utopia of dinosaurs. But Utopia. Based on a British TV show. Written, produced, executive produced by Gillian Flynn. Yes, the Gillian Flynn that wrote Gone Girl, among other things. I think Girl in the Train, I think she did that one too.
I think so. Anyway.
This one is about... It starts really weird and different. It's about this comic book. So this couple find this comic book manuscript, the originals for this comic book. It's a sequel for a great and known comic book called Dystopia. And it's like Finding Action Comics #1. It's like really wanted. It's like really, maybe not that much.
Because Utopia, so Dystopia is the first one, and then Utopia is the sequel, but it was never published. So not only is it like an original manuscript, it's like the only copy that everybody's been waiting for and nobody's had, and they have it.
Yes. So it starts at that point, but among the followers of the Dystopia, there are people that interpret the book as signs and hints of catastrophes. Mostly viruses that will afflict the world. So we heard about was SARS. We heard about Egyptian bat flus and etc. etc. So there's people that interpret that as premonitions.
Zika, that was the other one.
Zika, that was the one. So among the fans that want to get to see the new one, the new revealed one. There's people that want to see because they're comic book fans, and there's people that want to see because that might reveal more about the future on Earth concerning viruses and biological menaces.
Yep. And the whole thing is really allegorical. Like, it doesn't really lay out, like, oh, there's going to be a virus carried by mosquitoes that's going to hurt babies. Like, there's this character, there's a girl called Jessica Hyde who's being chased by the White Rabbit and this other entity called Harvest, and they're trying to get her, and there's, like, I don't know, blankets and symbols and things buried in the art, and so it's, like, really, like, deep dive conspiracy theory type stuff. And there's a group of friends who really only know each other through this, like, texting chain, like, kind of a fan group, and they decide to meet together at this convention to see Dystopia and to try to get their hands on it so that they can interpret the predictions. And so that kind of sets up, like, where we meet everybody and the beginning of, well, yeah, what unfolds.
Yeah. And since there's good people trying to find out about those mysteries, about those predictions, and considering that those predictions are real, there's actually bad guys that want to stop that to be revealed. So that's how we find the threats, the villains of the show.
Yeah, and so as we go, like, we start to it's slowly revealed over the next few episodes that not only are there bad guys who want to keep Dystopia a secret, Dystopia isn't actually terribly fictional at all. Jessica Hyde, we find out, is a real person. And the White Rabbit is a real person. All this is, like, actually real and happening. And so this group of comic book nerd / conspiracy theorists... John Cusack. Or was it that woman? Or was it both of them?
Oh, no, it was the woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he had the scar, too.
That's true.
Yeah. Anyway, they go on, like, there's just, like, layers and layers of conspiracies and hidden truths and half-truths and good guys who are actually, like, super evil, and... Anyway.
It's really compelling. It's really good.
Yes,
and not going to give you much
in a
more.
Fun way.
Yeah, this one, you should go see it. We already gave you a good premise.
Yeah, and a bunch of spoilers. I shouldn't have done that. You really just need to watch it.
No, we didn't give you much of spoilers because there's a whole other side of, who John Cusack is and how he starts the show, and then comes Michael Dwight. It's Stearns?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Rainn Wilson.
Yeah.
And
his character was probably my favorite.
And Alice.
The whole thing.
And there's a lot to get together, and the final episode there's a lot of plot twists.
So much.
And separations. And the original British show lasts 2 seasons, but who knows? Maybe on Amazon they're gonna make more.
It's true.
Yeah.
Americans like to take British things and make them bigger.
Yeah. Okay, so these are the shows we saw this week. Let's talk about what's going on out there. News.
Okay, Spider-Man 3 and Doctor Strange.
Yeah, it was said last week actually that Benedict Cumberbatch will be on the next Spider-Man. He will take the role of mentor. That was Tony Stark's Robert Downey Jr. on the first one, and it was Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury's on the second one. So yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, this Spider-Man is still too young to go swing around by himself. He needs someone to do. Boy, yeah.
Do you think this one will actually be a Spider-Man movie and not an Iron Man movie?
Well, Iron Man's dead.
Well, he was dead in the last one, but it was still an Iron Man movie.
That's true. And this one, and there's more to it because there's a lot of talks about Spider-Verse, multiverse. So they even say that we might see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
Oh,
they're trying to negotiate. They're trying to make that happen. And being in a multiverse, yeah, we might see Iron Man that is alive in a different Earth.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess Iron Man never dies. Not in the MCU. Or nobody ever dies.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Cool. All right. Also in the comic book cinematic world, Gal Gadot and Patty Jenkins are teaming up again. I can't remember which studio won.
Paramount.
Paramount. Okay. So there's like this whole auction to get the rights to this movie. And Paramount won. So Patty Jenkins is directing. Gal Gadot is playing Cleopatra. This casting decision has already drawn some controversy, but I think it makes sense. Because she is Israeli and of European descent. And Cleopatra, I guess a lot of people are saying Cleopatra was Egyptian, even though she was Greek. Anyway, so a lot of people aren't thrilled about a white Israeli playing a potentially Arab role.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not bothered by it. I think she makes a lot of sense as this queen. I think she's made for the role, honestly.
Yeah.
So
fun fact: if it was a man, it would not be that controversial.
No, I think it still would be.
I don't know. These days, it's Anyways, I think she'll be great.
Yeah, I very much look forward to it. I'm glad they're working together again.
And that will be fun to see them together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No idea when this is happening, just that it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on. Apple has announced that they're going to announce a
No,
pre-sale.
they finally announced.
Oh, okay.
They finally announced the iPhone 12.
Oh, okay.
And it's gonna be released in two parts: the iPhone 12 and the iPhone 12 Pro Max. The Pro Max, I think the iPhone 12 is gonna start being pre-sold this month to be released at the end of the month, and the iPhone Pro 12 Max is gonna be released. It's gonna be start pre-sold in the beginning of November to be released mid-November, and it has super cool stuff, and has like millions of transistors, which makes me think like the first computers that sent the man to the moon had like few transistors, and now you have billions of transistors. So why we still here? Yeah. Okay.
They're working on it. Okay, this is kind of exciting and totally out of the blue, but Showtime has announced that Dexter's coming back for another season, 10 episodes. They've got Michael C. Hall, they've got the original showrunner, whose name escapes me, and
I wonder how they're gonna do it. Did they say how they're gonna do it?
Not that I've read. There are already some people hoping that it's gonna be like a redo of everything from season 4 on, which I think is ridiculous. I know I came to the show very late. I watched it this year. So I'm very late to the show, but I personally didn't think the finale was that bad. So I
think it was okay. I remember talking to people, and some people hate it.
Mm-hmm.
But what else could you do? Kill him?
I think that would have been fine. I think it would have made more sense. I mean, that little boat in a big hurricane, I thought it was a little odd, a little far-fetched that he survived. But
I don't know. I think it was an easy way out to kill him. I think he's sending him away to his ice cold Alaskan prison of his own soul and solitude.
Yeah.
I think it was, because well, first comes the question: should he pay for what he did, since it wasn't really bad? He was killing bad guys, right?
He was, but think of the good guys who died because of that.
Yeah.
Like what was his name? Agent Stokes? Was it in the first season? There was one detective who was onto him.
His wife.
Who died. Yeah, his wife died because of who he was and what he did. And then, oh gosh, I can't remember their names. But Deborah actually killed their boss.
But
to protect Dexter.
Yes, sure. And that was on her. But besides that, good people dying.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't considering that what he did was a good thing. The fact that some people died, it doesn't make that a bad thing, right?
Well, I guess.
It's like collateral. It's So in that case, the issue was because what he did was against the law. He would be arrested and indicted and all that. But I don't know. Regular prison. I don't think it would be. It would be interesting. And death would be. It would be an easy way out. I honestly thought.
But you're allowed an easy way out in a season finale. Like, it's not like he had anywhere else to go. 8 years later, we get a surprise 9th season, but.
Yeah, and we'll see. Maybe it's gonna be a revival, and it's gonna be in between season 2 and 3 and 4, whatever.
Which would allow them to bring back a lot of the other cast and characters. Go back to Miami. I personally...
The problem with that, it can go big, because continuity, you can do something that will change his life forever because we already know what's going to happen next.
Yeah. So I would rather see them pick up where he is in Alaska or wherever he finds himself.
Yeah.
That might be more interesting.
But bring him back, for me, is another question. I don't think it would ever work.
No, yeah.
Because she knows.
Wait, who knows?
The sister.
She's dead.
She died?
Yeah. He took her out. He dropped her body in the ocean, and then he left.
So nobody knows.
Everybody thinks he's dead, but nobody knows he's a serial killer.
Oh, so he might be back.
He might, but then he'd have to explain, like, oh, where is my son? He's with this murderer in South America.
Wait.
Like.
His son?
Remember that he was dating this girl? They were, like, crazy in love with each other. But she was she poisoned people.
Yeah, the blonde girl?
Yeah, she was like him. He sent her Argentina. He sent her to Argentina with Harrison and was like, I'm coming after you. And then Deb died. And so he kind of lost it. And I was like, nope, anybody close to me, like, my darkness is destroying everybody around me. So he left Harrison in Argentina with a girlfriend. And he took Deb's body out into the ocean on his boat and dumped her body just like he dumped all of his other victims. And then sailed off into the hurricane.
That's right. Now I remember.
Yeah.
For some reason I thought the blondie died.
No, she's fine.
Strahovski. Yeah, she was in 24 too.
Oh.
Anyways, okay. So, Dexter Revival coming soon to Showtime.
Yes. Okay. What else is going on?
It was announced a spin-off of Mad Max Fury Road. Mad Max spin-off of Furiosa. What was the other name? Something Furiosa, right? Can't remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It's gonna be a spin-off prequel with Anna Joy Taylor's her name. Anna Taylor-Joy as Furiosa, so a younger Furiosa. With the girl from New Mutants, the blonde girl that was Liana. Chris Hemsworth is going to be involved. George Miller's going to direct. So, but we don't know much more than that.
Okay. That all sounds good. Despite the lack of Charlize Theron.
Yeah, but I mean, if you go younger, if you need to go younger.
She could play younger.
But, yeah, there's a limit.
I guess. Anyways. All right. Well, that's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Do we know when or where? Or?
Soon.
Okay.
MC Theaters stocks are going down, and there's a winter coming, and people are calling the winter of bankruptcy. Some movie theater chains might not survive.
Yeah.
Enough to see the light of day that will come after Corona, after the winter. So Yeah.
That's disheartening. That's really disheartening.
Quick one for Disney. Dumbo and Peter Pan get content advisory. Whitewashing. PC. I know it's not whitewashing. It's PC history washing. Saying that because of the characters' negative depictions of racing.
If you're gonna make an advisory for negative depictions of race, Peter Pan definitely qualifies.
Well,
Dumbo, I was never totally convinced, but there is one scene in particular that relies on some antiquated and potentially negative.
Yeah.
Racist.
And and Disney announced some several others. So we're probably gonna see that on everything.
I'd rather see a content advisory than see it
from 9 on.
Like erased.
Yeah, I guess or like they did to Gone with the Wind. They have this college professor doing a whole lecture before the movie. Yeah. Anyways, John David Washington, Margot Robbie, and Christian Bale are involved in the next David O. Russell movie.
That's a heck of a cast.
Oh, if you know his movies,
cow.
that's just the beginning. You might see more bigger names. And his last couple of movies was like nominated for Oscars and Golden Globes. So.
Okay. Do we know anything about the movie?
No, it's in total secrecy, and but he does well, and if these people of this caliber involved, we're gonna see great things soon.
Which is good because there's a lot of bummers, like Last Man Standing is ending again.
Yeah, which
is good, presumably.
9 seasons, so it had a good run, and so that one is gonna end in a good note. It's gonna end properly. Different than Danai Guerra's Americana, just like Stamptown and Glow, they were all set to continue to have more seasons because of COVID. Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very disappointing. But on the flip side, CBS, was it CBS?
What?
Who announced we've got some fall premiere dates?
The fall that's gonna start in November. So the dates out there for new shows and fall shows. SWAT, Mom, and there's a new show called Be Positive with the stupid guy from the Verizon commercials, also from Silicon Valley.
Thomas Middleditch.
And Ashley, that girl that won stuff on Broadway, Tony, and then went to Showtime, and then she's going to broadcast TV to do comedy. I don't see that lasting for both of them, unless the show is really good. The show is produced by Chuck Lorre, so maybe it's gonna be.
He's got a good track record.
Maybe it's gonna be another 2.5 Men, Big Bang Theory, and Last Forever. Yeah, it live enough to become crap. Yeah. What else?
Well, I think that just about covers.
Yeah.
News, pop culture, and reviews for the past week.
I guess that's it. Yeah. We also saw some trailers, but I guess, The Crown looks good.
Oh, yeah. New season of The Crown. We've got Diana and Charles dating, getting married, and then having a lot of problems.
And we have the Iron Lady.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Witches for HBO Max. We saw that trailer too. And Monster Hunter and Mila Jovovich. It's kicking butts again.
Yes. As she does.
And that's it for this week.
Okay.
We'll see you next week for more news and reveals and fun.
Oh, it rhymes.
Yeah.
News and reviews.
And may the force be with you.
Live long and prosper.
Bye.